In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix quadriceps pain for good. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over how to get quick and long-lasting quadriceps pain relief, commonly known as the quads or the quad muscle. If you're unfamiliar with them, they're a large group of muscles that sit right on the front of your thigh, and they are essential for everyday knee movements, including for walking, running, jumping, and using stairs. When these muscles get strained and inflamed, it can cause a lot of issues through the front part of the leg. But most pain is felt right above the kneecap from the tendons getting inflamed. We call that quadriceps tendonitis. So to make getting relief easy, I'm going to break the video up into 3 separate parts. While the parts may be different, they are meant to work together. So to get the best results, use all 3. As a bonus, all of the exercises can be done at home, require no equipment, and you may find give quick quad pain relief even within 30 seconds. So let's get started and fix that quadriceps pain right now. So let's start by warming up the muscles and the soft tissues. Warm-up exercises are really important to do because they improve circulation, increase flexibility, and just make it less likely that you irritate those muscles later on through exercises. Here's a really easy one to do. It's called a progressive stepping lunge. To get into position, we're going to have very good upright posture. Let's start by tightening the core muscles. It's kind of like taking your belly button towards your spine. It just helps support the back a little bit more. During the exercise too, I like to squeeze my glutes because it will actually help fire the quadriceps just a little bit more. To help out, take your hands, press into them kind of like a prayer position during the exercise. You should really start to feel those core muscles fire while you do this. So just take one leg and step forward. During the exercise, you want your toes and your feet pointed forward. And then from there, you're just going to lunge into it. So just take your body weight and lunge into it as much as you can. You're going to keep going until you feel a really good activation of the muscles on the front part of the back leg. That's going to be our hip flexors, the psoas muscle, and most importantly, that quadricep. But don't go to the point of pain. We're only trying to warm up things right now. So hold that for a second or two. You're going to come back up, and then you're just going to simply repeat on the other side. And you want to do this one nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. And with each repetition, challenge yourself to lunge into it just a little bit more. Get those muscles warmed up. And if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, you can always throw in another set or 2. To make this one more challenging, instead of doing the standing static version, you can do what is known as a walking lunge. It doesn't work out too well here in the office, but you can do this one outside or if you do have a large space. Same type of thing, but what you're going to do instead is walk just kind of like this, doing the lunge. And you'll probably find that it hits the muscles just a little bit differently, and it's definitely much more challenging. But after I'm done doing the regular lunge, what I like to do is what is known as a side lunge. This one is going to hit a lot more muscles and also target the inner part of the leg, outer part of the legs, the glutes, and the hamstrings just a little bit more. It's important to focus on everything in the leg, just not the quadriceps. So to get into this position, what I'm going to do is have a very wide stance, again with my feet pointed straight ahead. Let's tighten the core, get back into our prayer position just like this. But this time around, you're going to take one big step off to the side like this, and then lunge your body weight off to the side, keeping the other leg straight. When you do this, you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. I really feel it in my glutes, my legs, my quadriceps right here, but I also feel it on the inner part of the leg going towards the groin. Hold this for a second or 2. You're just going to come back up, and then you're going to repeat it on the other side. Again, 10 to 15 repetitions in both directions, and if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, throw in another set or 2. So after we have the muscles warmed up, it's time to move on to the most important part, strengthening. Again, a common cause of quadricep pain is because they are tight and weak, and I can't think of one better exercise to help strengthen the quads than the squat. Here's a really easy variation that's gentle both on the quadriceps and the knees. It's called the wall squat. Just like the name implies, we're going to go next to a smooth wall or a door. To get into position, you're going to have your whole backside flush against that wall. Your legs are going to be roughly hip width apart. You're going to put all of your body weight onto your heels during this exercise. I also like to point my toes out very slightly, about 5 to 10 degrees. It'll help take a little bit off of the knees. But let's start by tightening our core muscles, again taking our belly button towards our spine. To help out, you can do the prayer position just like this. But I also like to squeeze my glutes during this exercise because I get a better activation of those leg muscles. Movement from here, very, very straightforward. We're just going to squat downward as much as we can comfortably. That's really important. Only go to the point where you feel those quadricep muscles start to activate, but not to the point where it's going to cause more leg pain or knee pain. Stop right before that point. From there, you're going to hold this one for 5 seconds. You're going to come back up, take a breather, and then on the next repetition, you're probably going to notice that you can squat into it just a little bit more. You should have some more pain-free range of motion. So do this one nice and slowly over and over again for 10 to 15 repetitions. Afterwards, take a breather, and I do recommend trying to do this for 3 complete sets. If this becomes a little bit too easy, like you can go all the way down like this where your legs are parallel with the floor, you can take this one to the next level by stepping away from that wall so you won't have the support. The key with this one again, though, is to keep your back straight during the exercise. So we're not trying to round into it like this. We're really trying to keep that back straight and then just squatting downward into it just like this. So give that one a try. Other options that you can do to take it even to the next level is doing what is known as a goblet squat. So instead of me doing the prayer position, imagine me having a weight like a kettlebell or a dumbbell in front of me and then doing it. The more weight resistance that you use, the more strength you are going to gain in your legs and your quadriceps. So give that one a try if you do have access to a gym or you just have kettlebells laying around. So the last thing that we're going to focus on is stretching. Stretches are perfect to do after strengthening exercises because they'll keep the muscles loose and also make it less likely that you'll get soreness. But with stretching, you can pretty much do them throughout the day anytime that you need quick muscle tightness and pain relief. Here's a really easy one that you can pretty much do anytime and anywhere, including at work, because we can do this one seated. So whatever leg that you're having a lot of quadricep pain, let's say it's my right quad right here, I'm going to scoot to the side of that chair so my leg will be off. My front leg is going to be kept roughly at 90 degrees. Let's have very good upright posture. And you're going to take this back leg right here and just push it back. So the top of my leg is just sliding away. Keep doing this until you feel a really good stretch forming over the top of that leg. What you want to do is once you feel that is then squeeze the glutes right here. So really focus on squeezing your butt as much as you can. You'll really feel that quadricep tighten up and it just offers a really good way to get in there and stretch it out. I like to hold this one for at least 20 to 30 seconds, but if it feels good, hold it for longer. From there, relax and then repeat this one 3 to 5 times. With each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. If you want to try a different variation, you can do another chair method, standing. So with this one, you're just going to grab the back side of a chair, or you can just do this against a countertop or a wall, and you're just going to take the leg that you're focusing on. Again, let's say it's my right side right here. I'm going to grab right in front of my ankle, and then I'm going to bring my leg backward as much as I can, keeping my back straight. The more that you bring this back, the more that you're going to feel, again, a deep stretch into the front part of the leg. This one is great for the hip flexors and the psoas muscle also. 20 to 30 second hold, you're going to release it, repeat it 3 to 5 times. If you really want to take this one to the next level, you can do what is known as a PNF stretch, where it's going to lengthen and kind of strengthen at the same time. So imagine me kicking downward while doing this stretch at the same time, but I'm going to resist against it with my hand. So give that a try. The more that you press into your hand, the more that you're really going to feel that quadricep muscle start to fire. With this one, I'd like to hold it for roughly 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat this one 10 to 15 times. And even if the other side doesn't hurt, I would recommend doing these on both sides to keep everything in balance. So let's end the video with a bonus way to get some really good quadriceps muscle pain relief. This one is really easy also. So for this we need something round and soft. A tennis ball works perfectly, but if you don't have one, no big deal. You can also use the meaty portion of your palm, or you can make a fist. So let's start seated. Whatever side that you're having issues, let's say it's my right quad, I'm going to straighten my knee out so my knee will eventually just have a slight bend to it. My heel is going to be placed on the floor, toes upward towards the ceiling. From here, I'm going to press my heel into the floor as much as possible until I really feel a deep activation of the muscles on the back of the legs. Those are the hamstrings. The hamstrings and the quadriceps are antagonists. So as this tightens, this will loosen. So if you don't really feel too much of an activation of the hamstrings, just change the angle of your knee like this until you do. Once you feel that, you're then going to take your ball, or again, you can just make a fist, and we're going to start right at the top of the knee. We're only going to go over soft tissue with this one, not over anything bony. Let's target the tendons right here at the top of the knee. I'm going to just apply enough pressure in there where it's going to be a comfortable self-massage, and then I'm just going to do a slight circular motion in there for about 5 seconds. From there, I'm just going to relax and then repeat by going over a different spot. You want to do this on the outside of the knee, on the top, and then also on the inside. If one certain spot just feels like it's the pinpoint spot of tightness and achiness, throw more repetitions in there until you feel it release, or you're just getting a lot of pain relief. From there, do this whole method on the top part of the leg. You want to do it on the outside right here, from pretty much the outside of the knee, working towards the side of the leg, and then upward towards the glutes. You can also do this on the inside of the leg, working up towards the groin. But again, if any spot just feels like it needs more attention, at that point, spend some more time over it. And I do recommend doing this on both sides just to keep everything in balance. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.